And we're going to start on our back. If you'd like to lie back, just regular Shavasana, or I invite you to take Baddha Konasana to begin. So lay back on your back, butterfly pose with the soles of the feet touching, shoulders, head, and neck releasing, knees out wide. And if it's more comfortable for you to use a block, a blanket, a pillow on the outer thighs to support the knees, in that position, you can. You can also just slide the heels, the feet further towards the end of your mat to open up that diamond shape so it's not as intense in the hips. If you want a little more of that sensation in the hips, just pull the heels closer to your body. And if Baddha Konasana butterfly becomes too much at any point, you could just extend the legs out long for a regular Shavasana as we begin to just breathe and be. We're going to start with a little opening meditation, just bringing awareness to each of your 5 senses. So notice the sounds around you without judging the sounds. Just notice them, maybe internal sounds of breathing or digestion, and the sounds close by to you, and then the sounds a little more distant, maybe out of the room or the house. Do you hear more than you heard when we just had begun and just started? Or do you notice any more subtle sounds? And then shift your attention to notice the smells in your environment. While your eyes are closed, you can sharpen your attention on each of these individual sensations. So maybe there's a lack of smell, or maybe there's some good or neutral smells around you. Breathing in through the nose, if that's possible. And now we'll turn our attention to the sense of taste. Perhaps any food, tea, coffee, or again, a lack of taste. Just notice your tongue in your mouth. The feeling as you breathe. Sometimes we have tastes that just go unnoticed. Maybe move your tongue around your teeth and your cheeks to become more aware of the mouth space. And we'll shift again to touch. So notice the sensations of the skin contacting clothing, your mat, the floor, the pressure between your 2 feet, your shoulder blades, the pressure of the body against the mat. And just observe the temperature around you, warmth or coolness of hands, feet. And lastly, just gently open your eyes, just a little bit to begin, and notice what's happening around you and around the room, observing your surroundings, maybe seeing colors or shapes or textures, noticing movement or stillness. Notice just in the peripheral vision what's happening right to the sides of your body. Notice the light or shadows, visuals on different landing, how the light lands on different objects in the floor and the walls. Again, without labeling what you see, just noticing. And then close the eyes again gently. We've completed the 5 senses mindfulness practice to just build strength in your capacity to recognize and heighten senses, seeking some sensory awareness. Just pause and notice how your body is feeling in this moment, how your mind feels, and the thoughts that come and go without labeling them. And with this heightened awareness, before we move, I'll introduce intention from W.B. Yeats. The world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. So as you're ready, bring your hands to the outer thigh and gently use the support of your hands to close the knees like a book and just squeeze the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, hands around shins, rocking side to side. And then extend the left leg long, but the left heel be heavy, and rock the right knee around, opening up the hip manually. With the head and the shoulders still rested. And then let's open up to half happy baby. So hands to the outer right ankle or foot. The arm could be inside the knee or outside the knee. Pull the knee outside the rib cage towards the armpit. And then just release the right leg long next to the left and pause for a moment. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then draw your left knee in. Squeeze the knee, find that compression, and then just rock the left hip joint. And when you're ready, let's move to half happy baby. Sole of the left foot reaches for the ceiling. Pull the foot down with the hand. Encourage your right hip back down to the earth. And release left leg beside the right. Just pause in Shavasana for a moment. Breath in. Maybe a sigh out. And then start to gather the knees again. Soles of the feet plant and the knees pointed up. So knees bent, soles of the feet to the earth, and just windshield wiper the legs a little side to side. Start to find stillness with the knees and heel toe the feet about hip width distance. Bring the palms down towards the heels. Inhale, reach the hips up, bridge pose, rolling the spine. Press into the feet, lift the thighs. And then as you start to round the back and lower it down, tailbone tucking, reach the arms overhead alongside the ears, stretch long, inhale. And then we'll continue in some dynamic bridge. So start to press into the feet, lift the hips, and bring the palms of the arms back down towards the heels on the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the hips and reach the arms back overhead. 2 or 3 more times with your breath. The next time you find yourself in bridge pose, stay there for a moment. Lift the heels, just feel the calves engage. And then lower, lift, and lower. Twice more, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift, heels down, draw the right knee into the chest, feel that squeeze, and then put the foot back down and draw the left knee and thigh into the chest, foot down. Couple more times, just march it. Knee could stay bent or you could extend the foot. And then when both feet are down, slowly, gently lower one vertebra at a time. Bring the knees into the chest, hands behind the thighs, and start to rock and roll. Without a destination yet, just gathering a little momentum, feeling a massage as your chin tucks. And then when you do have enough momentum, you can plant the soles of the feet down and come to a seat. Bring the hands behind you to lift the chest, lengthen the spine, giving yourself space. Bring the feet a little wider about the edges of the mat and then take them side to side like we did from our back. Windshield wipering the legs. And the next time both knees are pointed to the right, keep them there and then see if you can sit up a little taller, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. This time, right hand down, reach the left arm up and lift the hips up for a variation of rock star pose. Exhale, come back down. Twice more. Inhale, sweep up, hips forward, so you're on your shin. Exhale, lower hips down. Inhale, thighs lift. Beautiful, opening the front body. And exhale, lower down. Both hands behind the spine. Come back to center. Reset however you need. Couple times side to side if you'd like. You can move at your own pace. And then we'll stay with both knees pointed to the left. Keep the hips down for the first time. Reach the arms up. Bend the elbows, open the chest, squeeze shoulder blades. And then left Hand plant, press into the heel of the hand, sweep the right arm up over the ear, and lift the hips forward. Exhale, come back down. Twice more. Inhale, sweeping up. And on your exhale, tailbone returns to the mat. One more time. Exhale, lower down. Both hands behind the back. Lift the knees. Spread the fingers wide this time, either facing towards you or away from you. Feel the support. Plant the feet down firmly, about hip width distance, and inhale, lift to reverse table. Let the head release back. Maybe move the jaw, the neck gently. And then exhale, slowly lower tailbone down. And just fold over your legs. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. Inhale, come back up. One more reverse table, or if you want to take reverse plank, you could extend the legs, press into the heels, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, lift. And from here, either in your table or your plank, you can march one knee in and out. You could do that with your legs long or with the knees bent, squeezing the thighs, marching maybe one more time with each leg. And then slowly lower hips back down, bend the knees a little bit wherever you are, or a lot. And again, just fold, drape your body. Shake the head a little bit. Loosen the neck. And then inhale, roll your spine back up and come to hands and knees. Find your tabletop position. Quadruped, fingers forward, index fingers forward, spread the fingers wide, plug in through the knuckles. Shoulders and wrists in line, hips and knees in line, and then just start to move in a circle. So leading from the hips or leading from the crown of the head, moving around. Start to reverse directions. And then come back to neutral tabletop. Extend the right leg long. Inhale here. Exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow, and look to the right. And then reach the right toes back behind you and look over the left shoulder. 2 more times. Inhale, crunch and extend. Crunch, looking to the right, and extend the right leg long over to the left, look over the left. This time as you crunch, extend the right leg away and put the foot down. So you're with the left knee bent, right leg long. Take a couple cat-cows here. Might be really subtle. And then neutralize the spine, bend the right knee and shift the weight, moving into the hips. You can go side to side, forward, back. You could take a little circle. You could also keep the leg straight if you want, but bending the knee gives you a little more space to move. One more breath of movement. And then come to stillness. So shoulders are squared. Just turn your toes out away from the mat so they're perpendicular with your mat. Bring your right hand to your right thigh and open it up a little bit. Just manually open. Let your head and your neck release. Bring yourself back to tabletop. And then take a side cat-cow. So look over your right shoulder and bump your right hip to the right. Left shoulder, look to the left. Side to side, lengthening one side of the body and shortening the other. And then make your way to tabletop and extend your left toes back. Left leg long, keep the toes on the mat, just press the heel away for the calf stretch. And then inhale, pick up the leg, draw the left knee towards the left bicep, crunch to the left, look over the left shoulder, and extend left leg behind you, look to the right. Again, inhale, crunch and extend. Again. One more time. This time, as you crunch your knee to the left, extend the foot away and lower it down. Maybe just the inner edge can plant, or maybe the whole foot can plant. Take a couple of cat-cows. Again, it might be a really small, subtle movement. And then neutralize the spine, bend the left knee, and start to play with shifting the weight around, spreading the fingers wide as the weight shifts in your hands, letting the hips kind of lead you in a circle, forward, back, left to right. Doesn't have to exactly match the other side. And then start to slow down, square the shoulders, and re-extend the left leg back to tabletop. Let's take that. Sorry, come back out. Turn the left toes out and press. So one more time, just opening the hip with your hand against the thigh, thigh against the hand. Big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, and then return to tabletop. This time, take some traditional cat-cows, nice and slow. Filling the space in your vertebra. Maybe you close the eyes. You can more deeply just feel and tune into the sensations. Take one more round. And then pause in neutral tabletop. Extend the right leg long, this time lift it off the earth again. Reach the left arm forward, so you're in a spinal balance. Then lift the heel and the finger a little higher, inhale. Exhale, curl and round crunch. So it's like cat and cow. As you extend arm and leg, inhale, reach, and then lift for a little bit of a back bend, and then crunch, rounding the spine. One more time, inhale, lengthen, find a little back bend, and crunch. Hands and knees to the earth. Second side, left leg long, spinal balance, really strengthening the spine and finding a little back bend. Lift the thumb, lift the heel, and then crunch, elbow towards knee under the body. Inhale, lengthen the limbs, lift a little higher, and then crunch. One more time with the pace of your breath. Move slowly. And then tabletop, you return to the earth. From tabletop, extend the right leg back, keeping the toes on the mat. And we'll take a little push up, lower elbows close to the ribcage, halfway down. Inhale, lift up. And then switch sides, right knee down, left toes long. Bend the elbows, press back up. Okay, if you want to add on, tuck your toes, hover your knees, extend the right leg long, lower, and lift. So you're hovering between right knee down, left leg long, lower, and lift. Maybe you find that little hovering table between left knee plants, right leg long. One more on each side. Push up, press back up. Left leg long, right knee to the mat. Push up, back up, feeling the triceps. This time, everybody in the floating tabletop, downward facing dog. We're going to flow between those before we explore down dog. So hovering table, shoulders and wrists in line, down dog. Keep going with your breath. Floating tabletop, hips high, heels back, down dog. Breath to movement, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Let's take two more. Next time you reach downward facing dog, stay there and move it around. Pedal the feet, shake the head a little, walk your dog. And look to your hands, start to walk hands back to the feet, forward fold the back of your space. Bend the knees as much as you need. Keep them bent, press into the feet and roll up with a rounded spine. Roll all the way to stand Inhale, reach the arms high, press palms together, pull them to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms high, bend the elbows, open the chest, open the heart. Inhale, reach high, and exhale, fold forward over the body. Let's take a half lift, long spine, flat back. Plant the palms and crawl forward to plank. You can have the knees down if you need. Lift the thighs, reach crown of head forward. Take 2 slow, smooth breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. If you need to lower the knees, go for it. One more breath. And then everybody slowly take the knees down to the earth at the same time. Lower them. Elbows, chest, and chin to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, release. Take the arms off the mat, bend the elbows, tent your fingertips, squeeze shoulder blades, inhale, a little more of a lift in your cobra. Keep the long spine as you lower down. And then one more time, inhale, lift, this time with the right shoulder dip and look over the left. Inhale back through center and take the second side when you're ready. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Bend the knees, shake the hips a little side to side or windshield wiper the legs. And then hands by the chest, legs long. Find your way into child's pose, knees wide, toes together, shift the weight back. Forehead to the mat. Okay, tent your fingertips so that your arms are active, active child's pose. And then you'll pick up your left hand, look at your left palm and slide it under the right. So thread the needle, let the left ear, left temple come to the mat. Right hand can stay active or it could wrap around the back. One more big breath. Press into the right hand to weave the left hand back out and forward. Second side, right palm lifts up and slides under the left arm, right shoulder, right ear, gently to the earth. And then press through the left hand. And when you're ready, start to unravel right hand forward. Inhale, draw yourself up to tabletop. Tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake out the right side, ankle, knee, hip joint. Keep plugging through left and right hand. When you're ready, three-legged dog, right heel high. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Three-legged down dog. Draw the right knee towards the left elbow using your core. Three-legged down dog. And then step the right foot through. Low lunge, left knee to the mat, but keep the back toes tucked. So keep them a little bit active. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Low lunge. As you sweep the arms forward, we're going to shift into power lunge. So you'll pick up your back leg, reach the arms back, chest forward. Lift the back thigh, straighten the left leg. And we'll flow those. So gently lower the left knee down, sweep the arms up, low lunge. So palms forward here, and then start to sweep, pressing through the air. Press back, feel the resistance, and lift the back leg. Power lunge. Again, left knee down. Keep the palms as they are and just sweep the arms up. So palms stay forward, arms alongside the ears. Low lunge. One more time. Inhale, lift the back heel. Power lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Maybe this time you go a little deeper into the back bend. And then plant the hands. Step back to your plank and take your vinyasa of choice. You could take knees, chest, chin. You could take a child's pose. You could lower halfway. We warmed up the triceps for the chaturangas with the push-ups. And make your way to down dog. No rush to get there. Take a full breath out. Exhale. Full breath in and let that go. Inhale, left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake it out. And then re-extend the left heel high. Left knee draws towards left elbow. Pull yourself forward. Three-legged down dog, left heel high. Cross the body, left knee towards the right. And then shoot the left heel back up. One-legged down dog. Draw the left knee towards your nose and quietly step it as far forward, but you can always inch it further forward if you need more space. Gently lower the right knee, but keep the back toes tucked. Release the hands from the floor and start to sweep up with the palms facing forward. Inhale, rise, low lunge. So draw the legs towards each other. Feel the strength there as your left heel and your right knee draw towards each other. Keep that action as you come into your power lunge. Palms sweep back. Crown of head reaches forward. Lift the back thigh, strong in the back leg. And then we'll move a little swifter. Start to lower the right knee down. Sweep the arms up, low lunge. Inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, power lunge. 2 more times with your breath. Feel the air moving across your hands as you feel that resistance meeting in low lunge. Maybe find a deeper back bend. And then plant the palms, left foot to the back of the mat, plank pose. Travel through your flow, your vinyasa of choice. Take your time in the transition. Downward facing dog when you're ready. And now we're going to add on. Reach the right heel high. Knee towards nose. Just pause. Feel the strength. Three-legged down dog. Knee towards nose. Step the right foot forward. Left knee down. Keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, rise, low lunge. Exhale, power lunge. Pick up the back leg. Sweep the arms back. Now we're going to transition to warrior two, but listen carefully. Left hand sweeps all the way forward and then reach back. Left heel down, warrior two. Take a nice wide stance if you need to go even longer. Get a little lower. Pause. 3 breaths of stillness. So check your alignment. Heels, knees, hips, shoulders, fingers, face. Where can you soften or deepen? Stay strong and steady. Notice the sensations as we stay and hold for 1 more breath. And then flip the palms up. Inhale like you're moving through honey. Press into the right heel. Straighten the right leg. Lift the arms. Inhale, lift. And then flip the palms again. Press the air. Slowly rebend the right knee. Recommit to warrior two. Couple more times. Inhale sweeps you up. And exhale, press through that resistance as you lower down, softening the shoulders. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. And then straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. Feeling the line of energy through the right big toe, all the way extending through the right middle finger. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat and transition to your plank pose. Go through your vinyasa. From down dog, lift the left heel high. Draw the left knee towards the nose, pull forward. 3-legged down dog. Left knee towards nose, step forward, right knee down, low lunge. Keep the toes tucked. Exhaling into power lunge when you're ready, sweeping the arms back by the hips, palms down, lift the right thigh. And then picture warrior two, but sweep the right arm all the way forward and up and back, reverse, or reach back, pause, and stay. Maybe you need a longer stance, a wider stance. Maybe you can get a little deeper in the lunge. Maybe you can soften the face. Notice your gaze. You could even close the eyes. Notice the balance. If you're clenching your toes or your teeth, relax. Staying for a few slow breaths. One more cycle of breath. And then flip the palms. Inhale, press the left heel, reach up. Exhale, lower back down, warrior two. Go with your breath. Inhale like you're moving through honey. Flipping the palms and lowering. Continue. Take one more. And we meet back in warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reach forward, reverse warrior. Stay with the lunge, stay with the lower body. And then straighten the left leg to feel the release. Reach the right hand down the right leg. Extend through the left fingers. Try not to crane your neck, just let it be in a position that feels gentle. Equal weight in the left foot, the right foot. One more big breath here. And then cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back, optional flow. Take your time choosing your back bend, up dog, cobra, into down dog. And from downward facing dog, reach the right leg high and step the right foot outside the right hand. So staying in lizard, some options. You could move your lizard around a little bit. You could take the back knee down. You could take the forearms down. We're going to stay in lizard for about 4 breaths. If you have the knee down or you have the space, you could heel toe even wider, bring your right hand to your right thigh like we did in the warm-up. Just any position of lizard that opens your hip and feels good. It could be more active, it could be more passive. One more breath on the right side. If your back knee is lowered, lift it back up. Step back, downward facing dog. Left heel lifts, step left foot outside, left pinky finger. Maybe even heel toe the foot wider. And again, second side, it doesn't have to exactly match the first. Maybe you want to stay lifted, maybe you want to lower down, maybe you want to try the forearms or the hand to thigh. And then if your back knee is lowered, lift it, plant the palms, and step into malasana. So now step the right foot outside the right hand, both feet forward, nice and wide. Sink your hips, heels could be up or down. Press the palms, lift the chest. Inhale here. Press into the heels, rise up, inhale. Press the palms together, and as you pull them through heart, sink your hips back down, malasana squat. We're going to take that again. Press into the heels, rise up, sweep the arms out wide. Inhale, lift, palms press, palms come through heart and lower. Beautiful. If that's okay for your knees, we'll do one more time. If not, just stay and squat. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, you're going to keep the connection of the legs. Maybe the hands will release, but keep the legs, the thigh and the outer Arms connected and roll onto your back. Feel the strength. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And then bring the hands behind the head, knees to 90, and start to take opposite elbow to knee as you extend for some bicycle crunches, activating the core. You can go nice and slow, really getting into the inner core. If you go a little faster, you'll feel your heart rate start to increase. And if you mix it up, you'll just kind of challenge your body, your brain, to not know what to expect, creating a little pattern of a couple fast, a couple slow, or a few slow and then one fast. Keep breathing. For 3, for 2, for 1. Release the head and take happy baby. Feet to the sky, grab onto the feet. Rock around on your back. And then just release that. Shake out the arms and the legs. And anything you need in this moment, maybe hands to thighs, maybe give yourself a hug, maybe a little shavasana. You have 5 breaths to just be on your back. It could be butterfly. Just let the eyes close and choose a comfortable position of movement or stillness before we come back to some standing balancing work. Three more breaths. And when you're ready, start to picture your downward facing dog. Maybe draw the knees to your chest, maybe rock and roll, or just roll to the side. You have about 8 breaths to make your way to downward facing dog. You could take a vinyasa, you could take some cat cows, you could be in child's pose. Meeting in downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhale the right heel high. Warrior 2. So we've been here before. Step all the way open into Warrior 2. Flip your palms. Inhale, arms and legs up. Exhale, back to Warrior 2. Just one time. And then this time as you rise up, find star pose. Heels in and toes out. Bend the elbows, bend the knees for your goddess. Bring the hands behind the head, interlacing. Keep the elbows nice and wide, chest lifted, right elbow towards the right knee. Doesn't have to touch or come close. Inhale, back to center. Left elbow towards left knee. Keep going side to side. It doesn't have to be so dramatic or super far. It could just be an inch or 2. Keep pressing the knees out wide, plugging through the feet, lifting the heart as the obliques engage. Wherever you are, let's take one more to each side. And then come back to center. Press into the feet, rise back up to star. Hands to hips, turn the feet to parallel. And bend into your back knee, bend into the left knee. Just pulse a little bit into the left. And then rise back up to star. And pulse a little bit into the right side. Rise back up to star. Cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. Turn 10 toes forward. And go through your flow or just press right back to downward facing dog for the second side. If you're taking your flow, move mindfully through each position, not rushing. From down dog, left heel high, warrior 2. Flip the palms, inhale, rise up, straighten the legs and the arms. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Soften the shoulders and the face. Inhale, rise up, and then heels in, toes out. Come back into goddess. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, squeeze shoulder blades. And then bring the forearms into the thighs and just press the forearms back. You can release the head, relax the torso down here. Shift the weight a little, maybe in the hips. Just pressing forearms into the inner thighs, opening the hips. And then when you're ready, start to turn all 10 toes forward and take a wide-legged forward fold. So bring the feet to parallel with each other. You could grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. You could interlace hands behind the nape of the neck, forearms along the jawline. You could reach for your ankles. You could take a down dog with arms forward or arms through the legs. Your choice for several breaths of this wide-legged forward fold. Just releasing the head, the neck, feeling the toes get a little more weight as the heels get a little lighter. For about 4 more breaths. Final breath here. Start to bring the hands under the chest and use the hands to lengthen the spine, create some space to just walk your hands to the top of the mat and step back, optional vinyasa. Then you reach down dog. Let's take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, reach the right leg high, and let's step forward. Take power lunge, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. So stacking shoulders over hips, arms alongside the ears. Feel the left arm forward, right arm back for a twist. Exalted, right hand down the sacrum or the left leg, left hand high. And then cartwheel the left hand down for a twist. Plant the left palm, roll the right shoulder back. Stacking the shoulders and make a fist, roll out the right wrist. Spread the fingers. You can stay here, or you could heel toe the right foot, lower the left heel to the left. You could take side plank, option to bend the right knee and take side plank tree variation. You could also just keep that kickstand down. One more breath to lift the hips, and then slowly right hand comes down, plank pose, pause here. See if you can stay for a breath. And then just the right knee down, bend both elbows, take a push-up. Lift the right knee, plank. Lower the left knee, push-up. Plank pose, both knees and thighs lift. One more time on each side. Right knee to the mat, left leg stays long, then the elbows to 90. Inhale, press back up, plank pose. Left knee down, bend the elbows, press back up. Left knee up, downward facing dog. Let this feel like a nice release. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's lift the left heel high, power lunge, step forward, sweep the arms back. And then rise up, sweep the arms along the ears, stack shoulders and hips. Maybe a wider stance to support you, giving you space in the hips. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, peel open to the twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Left hand down, right hand high. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, right hand cartwheels to the mat. Spread the fingers. Feel the left arm higher, roll the wrist. Head can relax. And then visualize what you want to do from here. You can stay here. You could also lower the right knee or come to the forearm for side plank. You could heel toe the foot as a kickstand, or you could stack the feet. You could also bend the knee and place the left foot on the right thigh for tree pose variation. Left hand can reach over the ear. Lift the hips, one more breath. And then left hand meets the earth, Optional vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let it go. One more cycle of breath like that. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's reach the right heel high and then walk the hands back to standing splits at the back of the mat. The left leg is straight, or you can have a little bend to the left knee. Lift the right heel, let the head release. Letting the hamstrings stretch. Let's take a Shiva squat. So bend both knees. Right knee comes behind the left. And then re-extend, straighten both legs. Again, both knees bend, squatting down. And then extend, reach the right heel back. Okay, this time it's going to be a little different. Bend both knees gently, just a little bend to the knees. Tent your fingers, all 10 fingers, and then see if you can lift them off the earth. Rise up one-legged mountain, so the left leg will start to straighten again, and reach the right thigh, right knee. Inhale, lift. Take the right knee out, and then find tree pose. Use your hands to support you as you bring your right leg to the left, anywhere but directly on the kneecap. Just make sure you're standing tall, supporting yourself, feeling your roots beneath you. Any arm variation, you could have hands at heart, could grow some big branches, a redwood tree, a cactus, maybe a fall foliage on your tree or some snow or ornaments. Visualize where you are, and then if you want to start to close the eyes and play with the balance, you can. And if you fall out, that's kind of the point, no worries. Come back in for a breath, and then let's shake everything out, release. Bounce the knees, bounce the shoulders, maybe start to go side to side, kind of windshield wipering. And then just shake off that side a little bit, brushing the body. And stand at the back of your mat in mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold. Take a halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, release. Walk yourself to plank. And decide if you want to take one last vinyasa or you want to just press back to downward facing dog. And when you reach down dog, we'll lift the left heel high. Keep it lifted as you walk, palms back to meet the right leg. Hands could be on blocks, on a water bottle, or tented, hovering. But let the head release in your standing splits. Lift the left heel a little higher, keeping it squared. And then bend both knees, Shiva squat. Left knee kind of comes behind the right thigh or the right calf. Extend the leg straight again. Another Shiva squat. Left knee towards left or right calf. Straighten. This time just a gentle bend, enough for you to get light through your fingers and feel the weight in the right foot as you rise up one-legged mountain. However you can get there, lift the left thigh. Inhale, arms up. Start to take the left knee out wide and then use your hand for support. Maybe a little kickstand of a tree, or maybe you match the other side. Doesn't have to be identical to the first side. Hands could start at heart, center, and then start to expand away from you. Visualizing whatever seasonal tree you want. And when you feel like you have balanced, the roots beneath your feet are supporting you, straight, long trunk and torso, you can gently close the eyes. And then open the eyes and shake it out. Just honoring that balance is different every day. Let the knees bend, maybe take a couple little hops, lightly shake out the fingers, the shoulders. And then eventually you can start to slow down and find 2 feet parallel, hip width distance to the back of your mat. Mountain pose, palms forward. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, fold over yourself. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold again. Walk yourself to plank pose. Last plank of the practice. Just take a breath. And then hips high, down dog. Lift the right leg, open the hip, and then slide the right shin forward for half pigeon. Lift the chest, and then if you want to fold into sleeping pigeon, if pigeon doesn't feel good for you, you could take figure 4 on the back. Maybe letting the forehead come onto a prop or your hands. Just beginning to surrender. Take one more big full breath here. Then start to use your palms to press up and back to a 3-legged dog, shaking out the right leg. If you want to flip your dog, you can. And then from downward facing dog, we'll take the left side, left leg high, maybe open up the hip, and then you slide your knee, your shin forward. And extend the right leg long behind you. Lift the chest and keep the length as you fold over your legs as far as feels okay on this side. If there's any pain in the knee, just take pigeon on your back, figure 4. Notice your sensations. What are you hearing, tasting, feeling? Take one more big breath. And then use the next couple breaths to use your palms to press up and out to our final downward facing dog. Tuck the right toes, extend the left leg and shake it out. Maybe you flip the dog, stepping the left toes off the mat. Then from your final downward facing dog, look to your hands, maybe walk the toes in a little, bend the knees and gently walk or hop feet towards the top of the mat so you can come onto your seat. And just roll all the way onto your back. And draw the knees into the chest. And then plant the soles of the feet down. Reach for the heels. And bring the toes together. Lift the shoulder blades of head and neck. Reach the right hand for the right ankle or foot. And then kind of slide to the left. So a little less oblique work. You're just kind of sliding. Feels a little like a penguin. Just side winding your torso as the shoulders hover off the mat. Keep your neck supported. Reach. Maybe you don't even touch, but reach towards your right heel and then left heel. Side to side for 3, for 2, For one, release the shoulder blades back down, bring the knees to the chest. Take the arms out wide like a T, and then float the knees towards the right, but keep them hovering. Pull them back to center. Slowly float both knees towards the left, but don't let them fall. Pull them back to center. Keep going a couple of times side to side. Again, working the side body. And then the next time both knees are facing one way, just let them fall. Turn your ears the opposite way for a spinal twist. Let the eyes close. And we'll take 3 big breaths. Slowly come back to center. If you'd like to just switch sides, you can. If you'd like to go side to side a couple of times, just challenging the obliques, go for it. And then switch sides, knees the other way, and turn your head, your neck opposite, and take 3 big breaths. And then roll yourself to center, hands to the shins. Give yourself a big squeeze, forehead to the knees. Big inhale, squeeze everything together. And on your exhale, open up for Shavasana. If you like starting with butterfly, you can also bring soles of feet together, or just take your traditional Shavasana, feet wide, arms wide, close the eyes, and get comfortable. I'll give you several breaths here in stillness and silence, and then I will guide you out. Big breath in, big breath out. There's a flame of magic inside every stone and every flower, every bird that sings, every frog that croaks. Start wiggling fingers and toes and moving the body. There's magic in the trees, the hills, and the river, and the rocks, and the sea, and the stars, and the wind, a deep, wild magic that's as old as the world itself. Start reawakening the body with gentle and then larger movements. It's in you too, and in me, and in every living creature, be it ever so small. Even the dirt I'm sweeping up now is stardust. Start to make your way to a comfortable seat when you're ready. In fact, all of us are made from the stuff of the stars. Kate Forsyth. And when you feel ready, we'll close with a seat together, finding a comfortable position. Maybe the eyes remain closed, placing the hands wherever it resonates. Take a full breath in and then let it out. Beautiful practice. Thank you for moving with me as always.